Ever met someone who just draws you in without even trying? The kind of person who walks into a room and suddenly the air feels lighter, conversations get deeper, and you're left wondering, how do they do that? Spoiler, they're probably an INFJ, the rarest personality type on the planet, making up less than 1% of us. Yet they've got a magnetism that's downright hypnotic. So what's their secret? Buckle up. We're diving into the 6 traits that make INFJs human magnets and why you can't help but gravitate toward them. 1. The quiet confidence that speaks volumes. Imagine walking into a room buzzing with chatter, everyone competing to be the loudest voice. Now picture someone sitting quietly in the corner, calm as a summer lake, yet radiating a vibe that says, I don't need to shout to be heard. That's the INFJ's quiet confidence. These folks don't brag about their achievements or flex their knowledge. Instead, they carry themselves with a stillness that's magnetic. It's not arrogance. It's a deep-rooted self-assurance. They know their worth without needing applause. When they speak, it's deliberate. When they act, it's purposeful. People notice this unshakable calm and think, I want some of that energy. INFJs don't chase attention. They earn respect by being steady in a world that's always rushing. Their confidence isn't flashy, but it's unforgettable. 2. Empathy that feels like a warm embrace. Let's talk about empathy. Most people feel sympathy. They go, oh, that's rough. Hope you feel better. INFJs, they dive into your emotional pool and swim laps. They don't just hear your problems. They feel them in their bones. If you're sad, their mood dips. If you're excited, their eyes sparkle. This isn't some party trick. It's their wiring. Their brains are tuned to pick up micro-expressions, a shaky breath, a clenched jaw, a flicker of joy in your voice. And they use this superpower to connect. When an INFJ asks, how are you really? They're handing you a permission slip to be raw. In a world where everyone's pretending to be okay, that kind of empathy is a lifeline. You walk away thinking, did they just read my soul? 3. The art of listening. Making you feel like the only person in the room. We've all been stuck talking to someone who's just waiting for their turn to speak. INFJs, they're the opposite. When you talk to them, their phone stays in their pocket. Their eyes lock onto yours. They nod. They lean in. They absorb your words. It's like they've got a mental highlighter underlining the parts of your story that even you didn't realize mattered. They'll remember you mentioned your grandma's cookie recipe 6 months ago and ask about it out of the blue. This isn't just good manners. It's emotional archaeology. They dig for the real stuff, your fears, your dreams, the memories you've buried. And when someone makes you feel that understood, you'll orbit them like the moon around Earth. 4. Visionary insights, seeing around corners. INFJs have a knack for predicting the future, not with crystal balls, but with intuition. They're the friend who warned you about that shady job offer or cheered when you started that side hustle they knew would blow up. Their minds work like GPS systems for life's chaos. They see patterns, how your toxic relationship mirrors your parents' marriage, why your career slump is actually a disguised blessing. They don't just fix problems, they reframe them. Got stuck? They'll sketch 3 escape routes you never noticed. It's like they've got X-ray vision for possibilities. And when they share these insights, it's not, I told you so, energy. It's a gentle nudge toward your best self. 5. Authenticity that's contagious. Ever met someone so real, almost hurts? That's the INFJ effect. They won't laugh at a racist joke to fit in. They won't pretend to love a movie they hate. But here's the kicker. Their honesty doesn't slice, it heals. They'll tell you your new haircut rocks, but also ask, why do you keep dating people who don't respect you? No games, no masks. This authenticity acts like a truth serum. Around them, you start admitting things you've never said aloud. I'm terrified of failing. I hate my job. I feel lonely. INFJs don't judge. They create a safe zone for messy, human truths. And in a world of Instagram filters, that kind of realness is oxygen. 6. The gentle power of persuasion. INFJs could sell ice to a penguin. Not because they're slick, but because they care. They don't push, they guide. Say you're hesitant about therapy. They won't lecture. Instead, They'll share how counseling helped their cousin, then ask, what's the worst that could happen if you try? Before you know it, you're booking a session. Their persuasion works because it's rooted in empathy, not ego. They listen to your objections, validate your fears, then hand you a new lens to see through. It's less about convincing and more about aligning, helping you find your own aha moment. And when you feel that understood, resistance crumbles. 7. Unspoken emotional intelligence. INFJs could win gold in the emotional Olympics. They read rooms like best-selling novels. Stressed coworker? They'll slide a coffee their way with a note. Rough morning? Awkward family dinner? They'll crack a joke about Uncle Bob's ugly sweater, defusing tension like a bomb squad. This isn't manipulation. It's emotional craftsmanship. They sense when you need space versus a hug, when a push versus back off. It's like they've got a mental manual for human emotions. And when someone navigates your feelings that skillfully, you trust them with your darkest corners. 8. The mystery that keeps you coming back. INFJs are like onions, layers on layers. Just when you think you figured them out, they reveal a hidden passion for astrophysics or a childhood spent in 3 countries. They're open about their values, but guarded about their past. You'll know their stance on climate change before you learn their middle name. This balance of depth and privacy creates intrigue. You find yourself wanting to solve their puzzle, thinking, what else are they hiding? But here's the twist. They're not playing hard to get. They're just selective about what they share. And that mystique, it's catnip for curious souls. 9. Genuine kindness that leaves a mark. Forget grand gestures. INFJ kindness is in the tiny, tireless details. They'll text you a meme that perfectly matches your mood. Notice your caffeine, order changed, and ask why. Stay up till 2 a.m. proofreading your resume. The magic? They don't keep score. No, I helped you. Now you owe me. Their kindness flows from a simple belief: people matter. And in our transactional world, that selflessness sticks to your ribs. Years later, you'll still remember how they made you feel, seen, valued, softened. 10. The ability to inspire without saying a word. INFJs lead by being, not preaching. They'll volunteer at shelters, launch passion projects, or stand up to bullies, all without fanfare. You watch them navigate setbacks with quiet grit, and suddenly you want to be braver. They don't shout about their values. They live them. It's like their life is a silent pep talk. When they champion a cause, you don't feel guilt-tripped. You feel called. Their actions whisper, if I can do this, so can you. And that's leadership without a title. 11. Why INFJs don't need to try to be magnetic. Here's the secret sauce. INFJs aren't trying to charm anyone. Their magnetism leaks out when they're just being themselves. They're too busy chasing purpose to chase popularity. Want to impress them? Talk about your dreams, not your job title. This lack of desperation is key. People smell authenticity a mile away. When you're not hustling for approval, others relax. Walls come down. Connections deepen. INFJs prove that the best way to attract people is to stop trying to attract people. Conclusion: the quiet storm of influence. Charisma usually screams. Think rockstar entrances, viral rants, flashy confidence. But INFJs? They're the quiet storm. Their power isn't in volume, it's in vibration. The thoughtful pause before they speak. The way they remember your dog's name. The advice that rearranges your brain. They pull people in not by shouting, but by glowing. And in our noisy world, that glow becomes a lighthouse. So next time you meet someone who makes your soul sit up straight, who feels like a warm blanket and a kick in the pants all at once, chances are you found an INFJ. And once you felt their warmth, you'll never unfeel it.